I know everybody's seen that shit, man. 5 idiots that went down deep as fuck on that terrible ass submarine. So let's just hear about like the new info they got on this. Cause we all know it imploded. The thing imploded, boom. But the great thing was nobody like knew what happened because it happened that fucking fast. This shit is crazy.
5 people died when the Titanic-bound submersible suffered a catastrophic implosion, according to the U.S. Coast Guard. But many questions remain about what went wrong after the sub launched Sunday morning.
Yeah, the U.S. Navy reports it detected the sound of what they identified as an implosion Sunday right in the area where...
Crazy thing is the government heard the noise when it happened and still went on the search and act like, oh, they still might be alive, when they knew the whole fucking time they were dead. They was turned to liquid. Shit crazy.
The Titan lost contact with its support ship. The co-founder of OceanGate, which is the company that designed that sub, is cautioning people not to rush to judgment.
Why?
I had absolutely full confidence in Stockton in the design of the sub and his ability to engineer it.
All right, so right now, search and investigative teams are still on site collecting evidence and data on that sub, but it could be months before investigators know what exactly happened.
Our Katie Lesso spoke to a Calvert County, Maryland man who is an explorer himself and a friend of one of the passengers.
I don't know if it's fully grasped that, I will never see PH again.
Tom Detweiler says Paul Henry Nargelet, who went by PH, was a close friend.
An incredible person. Everybody who knew PH loved him.
Both shared interest in the Titanic. Detweiler, part of the crew that discovered the wreckage in 1985. PH was instrumental in bringing some of the wreckage to the surface years later.
He was the expert on Titanic. It's thanks to PH that we know as much as we know about Titanic.
Thursday, the U.S. Coast Guard confirmed that all 5 people, including PH, who were on board...
Say RIP to the victims, man. No matter the situation, still lost 5 lives, man. So RIP to all of them. Moment of silence. All right, we're done. Rest of the bit.
The OceanGate submersible were presumed dead after what they called a catastrophic implosion.
They didn't suffer. It happened in milliseconds. With that amount of pressure pushing, when just a little failure starts, it's instantaneous and the entire thing is crushed immediately. Robin Williams, who was a well-known naval architect, put it probably best. Looking at the Israeli submarine Dakar, he said, for the crew, it was like somebody switched off a light switch. And that's what it was. Before they could realize what was happening, it
That's crazy.
Probably failed.
Going through this kind of depth is literally like almost like going out of space.
Robert Weiss is a coastal hazards expert at Virginia Tech. He says recovery of anything will be very difficult.
We're talking about a very large area, and finding things might be difficult because of the water, the movement of the water. Things might be spread more.
As for Detweiler, he says the loss of these 5 people is a tragedy, not only for their family and friends, but the world.
The industry has definitely suffered a loss.
And Detweiler told Katie he himself has done several trips similar to this one. She asked him
Of course,
if after this he would go on another one, and he said,